This new anime came out today. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Let's talk about the first episode. So this episode was actually pretty interesting, mainly because it's a reverse isekai, but at the same time it was an isekai, mainly because the main character in this anime, whenever he goes to bed, he always appears in a fantasy world. And the thing is, he always thought he was dreaming whenever he was in this fantasy world, but it turns out it was a real fantasy world. He ends up going to the dungeon with this elf girl that he always goes with. What happens is they run into this dragon, and the dragon ends up packing both of them up, but the thing is, he ends up holding her. Next thing you know, when he wakes up back in Japan, he looks around and next thing you know, you see the elf girl's laying right next to him. He's over here tripping like, yo, like why exactly is she here? Was that world actually real? Essentially see that his dream became reality because this elf girl that was always in his dream was actually a real person in another world, but she actually appeared now in Japan. So for the rest of the episode, now you have the elf girl in Japan. She's over here just exploring like what exactly Japan is like and all that. So this kind of gives off this is going to be like a slice of life type of comedy anime, and maybe it might have some romance, maybe not. The one thing I do wonder is like whenever he goes back to sleep, is he going to go back to that world now, or is like that done now that the elf girl's in Japan? Because I don't think they're going to forget about it exactly, mainly because like if you look at like some of the promotional art, it seems like there's another girl that might have came from that fantasy world, so maybe somebody else might appear because he happens to be in proximity with them when he like comes back to Japan. But overall, this was an okay episode, and I feel like this series is going to be a pretty chill slice of life comedy type of series. That's what it kind of gave off in that first episode. If you saw this first episode, let me know how you feel about it. If you haven't seen it, why not check it out? You can watch it on Crunchyroll, or you can hop on a pirate ship and watch it that way too though.